So here's the thing. Since there is no chapter this week, folks, One Piece fans around the world, so I will do a normal One Piece discussion, because I didn't do it a One Piece discussion a long time ago, and it's not a character discussion, it's a real One Piece discussion and predictions what I think. So Lord of Shadows here today to do a new One Piece discussion, predictions, and my own personal thoughts. So, about this discussion, I will do a discussion about the character, a nickname of this character is the name of my own channel, Law of Shadows, so you presume you figured out who I'm going to speak of. And let me give you a hint. Gecko Moria, folks. I'll talk about Gecko Moria because the real title of this One Piece discussion will be What Happened to Gecko Moria After these 2 years. Most of them say that he's dead. Most of them that he's alive, that he's hiding. Most of them say that he's a toy transformed by Sugar in Dressrosa arc. Most of them that say that Doflamingo kept him alive and turned him into a toy for a collection, and most of them say that Absalom saved him in Marineford, which is something that Oda confirmed it, that Absalom saved him in Marineford. So the last thing everybody knew about Gecko Moria is about the assault with pacifistas and Doflamingo against Gecko Moria, and then when the world government ordered him to kill him because he's not worthy as a Shibukai anymore. So that's why they want him dead. They want him dead because he knows too much, or he's just weak. Most of them think he's just weak, but I think they want him dead because maybe, you know, if you're a Shibukai, maybe you know you may know a few secrets about the government, the world government. That's one of the reasons too. It doesn't have to be only that he's weak. I personally don't think he's weak. So here we go. So I repeat again for the second time. I heard a lot of theories. What happened to him? First, some of them said he's dead. Second, some of them said he's transformed into a toy in Dressrosa, and Sugar transformed into a toy, and the Flamingo put him in as his own collection, and that's why a lot of people said that he was saved in Marineford, and said to the government like he's dead, that he disappeared. Maybe the Flamingo saved him. That's one reason. That's one prediction. Third one, which I've said for the second time, is confirmed that Absalom saved him in Marineford when he was assaulted by Pacifista and Doflamingo himself. Here's the thing. So that's the last part we know about him. What happened to him. And after that scene, nothing. Mystery. Nobody knows where the hell he is. Except the thing that a lot of people are saying that they see him alive and now he's currently hiding in the New World. So here's the thing. So I'll begin with all these predictions. First of all, I will say to all the fans around the world, Gecko Moria is not dead. But everybody is talking that he is, and they wish. But if you must know that if Oda doesn't kill a character, or a supporting one, or one of minor villains, he kept them alive for a reason. And there's only one reason to explain why Oda left him alive. Kaido. You have unfinished business with him, you remember? Kaido, a long time ago, when Gecko Moria entered the New World, when he was a young rookie and everything, Kaido slaughtered his entire crew, left Gecko Moria traumatized. That's why, and the reason that he lost all his self-confidence and ambitions to create a zombie army. And he wants revenge, to avenge his old crew's death. There's one of the reasons. Second reason, like I said, he had unfinished business. But the real second reason is, Oda yet now, he have to explain who his crew is, how powerful they were, who they were, why Gecko Moria respect them so much, how really they were killed. Did Kaido really kill them, or his crew, or something like that? And third one, how the hell he survived. And that's the obvious reason. And the fourth one, my favorite, but also one of my opinions is, when all the Dressrosa is coming to an end, and there is coming to an end, really. So that's why I used the opportunity to talk about this One Piece discussion and what happened to Gecko Moria. So, here's the thing. Law and Luffy, after Dressrosa, are going after Kaido. And everybody knows that. So, they're going out to Kaido. How much Law know about him, it's very weak. So for my opinion, they have to find a person who knows Kaido better than anyone. And who's that? Gecko Moria, because he was the one who was defeated against Kaido plenty of years ago in the New World. So, in my discussion, in my thinking, they need him because he's the only one who knows a lot more about Kaido. Especially about his powers, about his weaknesses, his headquarters, his crew, and everything. And of course, that's the main reason. That's why I think that Gecko Moria is gonna make an alliance with Luffy and Law. Even if I believe even that Luffy and Gecko Moria, just Luffy. He will not be really pleasant to to be in alliance with Gecko Moria, because if you remember, there were enemies in Turtle Bark and Marineford. So there's a reason why he will not have an alliance. But there's another reason why maybe Gecko Moria will make an alliance. For the third time, because he have unfinished business with Kaido. That's the obvious reason. And I always said, where is Kaido, there is Gecko Moria. And there is the reason why Oda kept him alive. Like Doflamingo, for example. So that's the thing. So I will begin at the beginning, okay? So the first thing was we know why Gecko Moria is going to make an alliance with Luffy. And I'll say it from the beginning. He haven't finished business with Kaido. His past with Kaido and his crew is yet to be explained, fully explained, about his crew, where he came from, about his past, about the strength about his crew, who his crew were, why Gecko Moria respected his crew so much like a family. All these things have yet to be explained, and why Gecko Moria, most important thing, why Gecko Moria lost his confidence, his ambitions, to become, like we saw in Turtle Bark and Marineford, so lazy, and overconfident to give all this confidence to his zombie army, instead of his own. Because that's the obvious reason why everybody's saying that he's weak. Yo, I mean, you can say that Buggy is weak. I know that. You can say Mr. Free, for example, is weak. You can say Alvida is weak. But Gecko Moria isn't, because for my opinion, he is a very experienced pirate who fought against the Yonko. And if you fought against the Yonko, you are a full experienced one. Because if you remember, Mihawk challenged Shanks, Crocodile fought Whitebeard, Kaido fought Gecko Moria. Those three, for my opinion, are the most experienced pirates, in my opinion, and that's how I think. So I don't want to hear about this shit that Gecko Moria is weak. He became only weak because he became traumatized of all that's happened to him in the past, and about his crew, and that's why he lost his self-confidence, and all the things that, the confidence about his powers, that he's strong and everything. That's the only reason why he became so lazy. Because, believe me, if he had his own crew alive now, he will be as strong as he were many years ago. And I even believe, when everyone said that he was hiding in the New World all this time and everything, I truly believe. Well, I don't know. Well, for his character, I don't know. Maybe he will have a few changes in his clothes. I don't believe he will return. He will not be fat after these 2 years. But I truly believe in his powers, he will be stronger than before. I mean, when he was strong before, but after these 2 years, if he really, if he really became reasonable, not so lazy like he was before, then he will become. Then we will see his true potential, his true powers, his true strength, about his devil fruit, swordsmanship, and everything. And that's why, man, that's why I call myself Lord of Shadows, because I'm a great fan of Gecko Moria. Like, for example, King of Lightning is great fan of Enel. I'm a great fan of Gecko Moria. That's the reason why I love this guy. And of course, after all, I love Shadows too, and Darkness. So, that's the thing. So, the main part is, like everybody's questioning, like I said before, what happened to Gecko Moria? But my point is this. I don't know, because we all know that after the Dressrosa arc, the next location is Zou. So maybe at all this time, like everybody said, and like I said in my character discussion about Kaido, and one more thing. If you didn't watch my character discussion about Kaido, bang, down below the video you will find the link that leads to the character discussion Kaido. And if you're free half an hour, 33 minutes, you can watch it if you want. Because in this character discussion I explained fully about Kaido and my predictions and everything. So, for my opinion is this. If the next location is Zou, and after that I even believe that is Wano Country. So after Wano Country, Kaido is next. So like I said, where is Kaido? There is Gecko Moria. So I don't know if it will be in Zou or in Wano Country. If he will make an alliance, or maybe he'll make an alliance with Luffy even after Dressrosa arc. You know, when the news about the Flamingo's defeat or death, whatever, will be spread around the New World and the other side of the Grand Line. Maybe in that time, when Eustace-Key, Scratchman Apple, and Basil Hawkins make an alliance, and then Trafalgar Law and Luffy made an alliance. So maybe in that time, because Epsilon was one who made this news flash in the newspapers, using his Suka and all. So maybe in that time, Gecko Moria found out about the alliance between Luffy and Law to fight the Kaido. Maybe he even find out about that time, and maybe at the end of the Dressrosa he will appear. I don't know if he will appear in Dressrosa, but I don't actually believe he will make an appearance in Dressrosa right at the end. Maybe he will make an appearance on either island or in a hideout, watching the news, finding about the Law and Luffy alliance against Kaido and everything. So, he will use that opportunity to get revenge against Kaido. That's my thoughts, how I think. And there's another thing. Like I said, few of the viewers believes that, and all the fans of One Piece around the world, they believe that when Gecko Moria disappeared, that Doflamingo said just an excuse. Then he some kind of spared him, put him in Dressrosa, and Sugar transformed him into a toy. I know that in one chapter, I don't remember the number, but we saw a whole bunch of toys in one picture in a chapter, and in the right corner, my right corner, we have a toy who resembles Gecko Moria. So the few things that he's being transformed into a toy, and after Sugar passed away, fainted, Gecko Moria now turned back to a normal person. So it's one of the reasons that everybody thinks, but I don't truly believe that, because what use Doflamingo will have of Gecko Moria? He can only have him as a trophy. I don't truly see Doflamingo having some use of Gecko Moria. Saving him and turn him into a toy. I mean, it is one of the predictions of many One Piece fans, but I don't really truly see that really happening. My really big thought is that he's hiding somewhere in the New World, like the Shonen Jump said. He's hiding somewhere in the New World and waiting for the right moment to attack Kaido, or should I say, make a counterattack against Kaido. That's my thinking. So let's recalculate all again. So at the end of this Dressrosa, when all this news about Doflamingo was spread, Gecko Moria, like you heard before about the alliance, maybe at the end of this Dressrosa arc, maybe Gecko Moria will find out about Kaido. About the Luffy and Law making an alliance against Kaido, like I said, for a third time. And use that opportunity, use the news, to try to find him, or Law and Luffy will find him, and then he'll make an alliance with them so they can defeat and crush Kaido, which will be a very difficult battle, a very difficult one. But Gecko Moria, like I said, he have unfinished business with him. That's my true meaning. So that's the thing. I don't believe, like few of them said, that he will appear at the end of the Dressrosa. Maybe Kaido will, shadowed. For example, like Big Mom in Fishman Island. Maybe Kaido will. But Gecko Moria, I don't truly think that. But I'm saying to you, if Gecko Moria will not try to find him, Luffy and Law will. Because maybe Law even knows that the only way to defeat Kaido is to take information from his old rival, Gecko Moria. Even if he was defeated, Gecko Moria knows a lot of information about Kaido. That's what I think. And he will even help them in the battle against him, which will begin very, very later. Very, very long, far, far away later. So, because if you remember, next location is Zoo, and then after Zoo is, I think it is Wano Country. So, I predicted after Wano Country will be Kaido. That's all I think. Because using Yonko is not a kind of main antagonist who are gonna use the, like a normal villain. Yonkos are a special one, especially Blackbeard and Shanks. So I don't really want Oda use Yonko, as normal antagonist, who will be defeated, in one round or second one. So like I said, after Zou goes Wano Country, and then goes the battle against Kaido, for my opinion. So here's the thing. So like I said, first one, he's not dead. Oda even confirmed he's alive. Second one, I don't really believe that he's turned into a toy and he's in Dressrosa. I don't believe that. Well, it's a probability, but a very small one. Third one, he's hiding somewhere in the New World. I know it will be an island or in a town, but I truly believe he's preparing himself. And I truly believe if he became reasonable, not lazy like I said, we will see his true potentials, true power of the Devil Fruit, and I even believe he can use Haki. I truly believe that. I mean, what the fuck? He's an experienced pirate. Duh. So, okay, I said all these predictions, so I will go from the beginning to the end in the show words. These two predictions, for me, are false. I mean, he's not dead, he will not appear in Dressrosa, even he was not transformed into a toy, and he will appear in Dressrosa. No. Negative. He's hiding somewhere in the New World, that's correct. So here's the thing. So, like I said, Gecko Moria will have a great, important role against Kaido. Not only because not because he knows a lot of information about him, but because he have unfinished business with him. Because, like I said, Oda left him alive because he had to beat his past and his potential and his crew, and the battle against Kaido will be yet to be explained. He have to explain and show what truly happened plenty of years ago when he was young, and why he became traumatized, and who is his crew and the power of his crew. Because that's the reason. Because from my opinion, like Gecko Moria is thinking of his crew, as a tough team, some kind of a team. So I believe there were truly strong. But against a Yonko wasn't enough. So like I said, those things, like I said, they have to be explained. Because if that wasn't necessary, Oda will, just let him die at the assault that he had against the Pacifista and Doflamingo. But of course, as I said, he left him alive because all these things have yet to be explained. Like I said. So in the show words, Gecko Moria is alive. He'll make an alliance with Luffy and Law. he was gonna search for them, or if he doesn't, Law and Luffy were gonna search for them. I know that in the beginning, Luffy and Law and Gecko Moria will have not a very fun and friendly conversations, and you know, they will not trust each other. They will not trust each other very much at the beginning. They were all the beginning. And of course, it will have an important role in Kaido arc, where they will fight against the Yonko Kaido. So that's the thing. So that's the only thing what we need to know about Gecko Moria and what happened to him. I repeat for the 4th time. I repeat, he's not dead. He's not. And he's not even turned into a toy. So in these 2 years, you know, after all this, what happened there, Marineford and everything, I truly believe that he will, you know, I truly believe that he will get some reason into his mind and not be so lazy, like I said a few times in the this One Piece discussion. So yeah, I believe that, you know, we will see his true potential, his true strength, his true power of the Devil Fruit. Getting strong and, you know, getting over this laziness and by being traumatized by his crew. So we will see him, in some point of view, we will see him as a new person. That's what I think. Because I truly believe he will not be so lazy and overconfident like he was in Thriller Bark. And I truly believe that. He will get himself some sense into it. He'll get some sense, and he'll be reasonable, and became a true experienced pirate like he was when he was young. So that's how I describe him. About this character, I don't know. Half of me is saying he was gonna be fat as he was before. Half of them, like few of them explain, he'll be, you know, muscled, I mean, all changed. That he will not be the man he used to be. I know, but I accept all the 2 of them. If he will be muscled, not so fat as he was before, so be it. I just want to see him as a changed man. And get some sense into himself and go fight and avenge his own crew that died against Kaido. That's the only thing what I'm asking. And I truly believe, and I don't want to see him dead. I don't want to see him die at the end of Kaido arc. The arc of Kaido. I really don't want to see him die. You know, dead. Because if you remember in Marineford, when Mihawk said that Luffy of all these pirates, he had the ultimate, most dangerous power in the world. That even that he can make an ultimate alliance with everyone, even with his enemies. So that's the same thing will happen with Luffy and Crocodile and Mr. One and Buggy and Mr. Free and everyone when they were from Impel Down going to Marineford. Exactly the same thing will happen between Luffy and Gecko Moria. But like I said, at the beginning they will not trust each other, and they will hate each other because Gecko Moria will hate him for his ultimate disgrace and defeat, and that's why he was left without the title of the Shichibukai. Luffy, because of what he did to the people, taking the shadows and putting him into a zombie. So at the beginning they will be angry at each other, but at the end I think they will be good partners, even if Gecko Moria is old and Luffy is young. And after all, Luffy has to thank Gecko Moria because he is the real reason why Luffy and his crew were trained these 2 years. Because if you remember in Thriller Bark, he said, even if your crew have valuable elements, and in this point like you are now, if you go to a new world, you will die. You will not ready. You're not ready. And he was right. He was ultimately right. That's why they trained for 2 years to be ready. So in some point of view, Luffy have to thank him. So here's the thing. He's not dead. He's not turned into a toy. He will appear not after in the Dressrosa arc, but somewhere around Zoo or Wano Country, and in Kaido arc, most certainly he will. He will make an alliance with Luffy and Law to get revenge against Kaido about his crew and everything. So yeah, here I'm done. Rate the video, comment, subscribe. It's not very easy it's not so difficult to subscribe. Just use your mouse, click.
Even for today's example, what you personally think will happen to Gecko Moria, about his fate, his role against Kaido, about the Luffy and Law alliance. Drop me a like, I really appreciate that. So peace everyone, have an awesome day. Lord of Shadows signing off. See you until the next week's chapter.